video number 2 for today, November 6th, 2023. Video number 2. Now, I will share, this one might also go on Soul Igniting Suggestion number 6 playlist, simply because it's very directly related, my present day, to 3 specific women in my life who have, without doubt, helped me enormously within my world that I pay my bills through, my event world. They have helped me be able to do exactly what that soul igniting suggestion is talking about. They have helped me be able to pursue more of my passions by giving me the flexibility in my schedule in terms of how I'm related to them in the work world, these 3 ladies. Now, more than that, what these 3 ladies have done is give me, these 3 ladies were the first 3 ladies that paid me what I should have been making at my daily contracting rate. I should have asked for a raise years ago, and I didn't, because it's extremely hard for me to stand up for my own value. This has been the past 11 years, there have been tremendously deep wounds of self-loathing and undervaluing myself and not believing I was worthy enough for anything in terms of success, long-standing happiness, fulfillment. I had a lot of wounds from my childhood that I had to heal, related to my worthiness and related to honoring how I operate, right? I can't focus on the dollar. I can't focus on getting as much and only looking out for myself. I can't help it. I move forward. I can't help but look at all the things that are in my wake and try to take as much up with me as I move forward, if that makes sense. These ladies, I don't have their permission to use their names, but each one of them is in charge of one or multiple races, events, triathlons, 5Ks. That's the world that I'm in, the world that pays my bills. For 20 years, I've been on the periphery of the event world, specifically running races and triathlons, a handful of bike races as well, but primarily running races, triathlon closely second to that, and then bike races third. I've been in the industry 20 years, but I've never worked full-time for any company, but I know my shit, and I've put my time in, and I waited and waited and waited for the men that I was working for in that industry to give me the shots. And listen, it's a heavily masculine energy dominated industry. And in the masculine energy world that this world is, this mainstream third dimensional realm is masculine energy, not just through men. Masculine energy dominated. And in the masculine energy, you have to step up and give yourself a voice. They ain't gonna offer you shit. You are going to have to ask, and you're gonna have to make a case for your value. With the women, the ones that are still tapped into their feminine energy, the ones that haven't given that away, the ones that haven't allowed that to be taken from them as they climb the masculine corporate ladders, the masculine energy, the women who hold on to what makes our, I was going to say our energy, but it's not. It's the feminine, because the feminine is in the masculine as well, is in men as well. All right, so I'm just not speaking men and women. Now, to be fair, more generally speaking, more often than not, men, people in male bodies, have more masculine energy running through them. People in female bodies have more feminine energy running to them. But in the past couple of decades, this has been wildly stirred up. I do not ever assume, don't ever assume when I'm talking masculine and feminine energies that I'm talking about male and female. No, I'm talking about the energy, Remember what I said earlier in the video. I'm beginning to give voice to the energy. And further, I divide the masculine and feminine energy into earth-bound masculine, feminine, and divine masculine and feminine. All of us have all four of those things running through us in different combinations, and it's constantly changing. One might be ignited in one circumstance more so, where the other's ignited in another circumstance. My goal, my belief, how I interpret spiritually what's taking place right now is that we are very much going through a conscious evolutionary process as a species, consciously evolving from, for oversimplification purposes, ease of description, from the third dimensional mainstream world that we see into the fourth, fifth, and higher dimensions, where we are a much different version of humans in those higher dimensions. From my perspective and my understanding, just mine, the way that I've been operating in the 11 plus years that I've been doing this consciously, is that I believe the higher energies, the higher frequencies, the higher dimensions are divine. They're divine energy, a hell of a lot more of what I label as divine masculine and feminine than the earth-bound inverted illusion of energy that we find dominating still our mainstream world. So with that said, these three women, they're in women's bodies, but they are all, you're not in the race world unless you've got quite a bit of masculine energy running through you. Most of the women that I know in the event world that I'm in, a lot of us have had our masculine in the driver's seat from the vast majority of this life. And man, this clearly can go off on so many tangents, because a lot of us in that, I know this from communication with other women in the industry, would love an opportunity to bring more of the softer things, the softer values into this world, but it's extremely challenging because it's dominated by the masculine energy. And despite the fact that there are more females in the industry than ever before, a lot of those females are still operating within a masculine energy system, and there just isn't a lot of room for the soft, the unheard, the silent. It's got to fit on a spreadsheet. It's got to be in a, Excel spreadsheet. It's got to be on the cost or the expense, income or expense on the P&L statement, the balance sheet. It's very rigid, the masculine energy. These women have, in one sense, it's her own. Sorry about that. One woman has her own company, so she's in complete control of it from A to Z, her company. The other two have just taken the opportunity working for others who allow them the space to be more of the complete women that they are, and they have chosen in these circumstances to use me in their events in a huge way. I'm one of their top key people, and they compensate me in a way where they demonstrate value and appreciation in a way that I'm not used to. And I didn't even know what it felt like to be seen and valued and appreciated in the ways that these three women have done in my life. So I just need to offer a public expression of gratitude and appreciation for these three ladies. And I'm going to go ahead and just plug their respective races, because it matters. These are women that are doing right in this industry. They're doing right by their jobs, but they're also using their jobs to benefit more than what I've experienced in a lot of years in this industry. So if you're a runner out there, I would highly recommend that if you see any events put on by Fit to Run, if you know about the St. Pete Beach Classic, which it's in possibly its final year here on year 20, takes place at St. Pete Beach, in St. Pete Beach up here in Florida, just an hour north of me in Sarasota, and the Florida Run, which is a fantastic state park trail run series that the owner is looking to probably add a third state park location in 2024. So those races, and the Fit to Run woman is also a key figure in the big St. Pete Run Fest, which is taking place in just this upcoming weekend. A huge local event owned by two guys that are awesome that I just met for the first time this past year. So that is another event to support. So I'm going to conclude this one with just a thank you to these women, because what they have done in my world it's off the charts, and it directly relates to soul igniting suggestion number 6, without doubt, because they have afforded me both in the energy more than the money that they demonstrated, and gave me something to then be able to say to new clients, hey, this is what my daily rate is. And these, I can claim I didn't have that. I didn't have anybody that was offering that or willing to compensate me, even though I definitely know that I do the work. Most times, more often than not, I bring to the table work of 2 people. Definitely 1.5. And more often than not, I'm bringing so much just on the job level, let alone on the energy level, what I'm bringing to these events. So these ladies seeing that and valuing that and giving me the opportunity to get more confident, so that now I can go into the masculine energy world and say, damn it, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm worth. And if you don't pay it, I'm not working for your event. So thank you to these ladies tremendously. And I'm going to end this one. With just that, a huge thank you and support the St. Pete Beach Classic, the Florida Run, any race series you see with Fit to Run, and the St. Pete Run Fest. Sorry, all the different St. Pete Beach. I cannot recommend those events enough, because I promise you, the money you're paying to do those events, the people that are in charge, they're heart-based men and women, because the St. Pete Run Fest, my woman friend is like their top race director, but the guys that own it, they're top notch, and I couldn't recommend them more. Okay, I almost ended it. All right, video number 3.